Hello everyone, welcome back to our podcast. Today we are going to talk about something very important in today's digital world. So that is cloud computing and security challenge. So we are having a guest for today's podcast, Mr. Ramesh Kadam.
Thank you for having me. Yes.
So today we are going to talk about the cloud computing security challenges.
So yes, almost everything. So today runs on cloud from the Gmail to Netflix in a component data, but with a great power comes great responsibility, and so also big security risks.
Exactly. So in this episode in this experiment we will break down the cloud computing and its models, and that is most importantly the major security challenges in the cloud computing and security.
So yes, of course. So don't worry, we will keep it simple and interesting with the real life examples.
So Prathamesh, let's start with the basics. So what is cloud computing actually?
So cloud computing means the storing, the accessing data and service over the internet to instead of your local computer. For example, Google Drive, Darkbox, AWS, Amazon, etc.
So right, instead of buying expensive servers, the companies just rent online.
So yes, and there are some key features. There are on-demand accesses, so scalability and pay as you use. So access from anywhere.
Yes, sir. So and big providers like AWS and Azure and Google Clouds, right?
Yes, sir.
So Prathamesh, let's start with the three architecture models, three main service models in cloud security.
So of course, there are main three service models: AaaS, PaaS, SaaS. First one is AaaS. AaaS means infrastructure as a service. In infrastructure as a service, yes, you get the virtual machines and the storages.
So basically, you control everything in this model.
So exactly, because second one is a PaaS. So in platform as a service, there are to develop or build apps without worrying about infrastructure.
So third one is SaaS, that means software as a service. In this we actually use applications like Gmail, Drives and Netflix, etc., etc.
Yes, sir. Yes, of course. So as we move from the SaaS, because SaaS in the software as in software there are many softwares are used in the software as a service. So but convenience the increases.
So now let's talk about the cloud deployment model.
Yes.
So will you explain some points regarding this?
Yes. In the cloud there are four types of cloud: public cloud, private cloud, hybrid, and community.
So let me guess. The public cloud is shared cloud, and the private cloud means it is dedicated to some specific regions or some specific companies also. And the hybrid cloud must be some mixed cloud, like it must be some combination of two or three clouds.
Yes,
and
yes.
multi-cloud sound like it is used by multiple providers.
Yes, because each has different security implications.
Okay. So Prathamesh, in regular life, why cloud security is so important in cloud computing?
Because of the data is stored in online, so make it vulnerable to attacks from the cyber attacks or etc.
So, as you mentioned the cyber attacks, so also the company must have some policies to follow some rules like GDPR and PCI DSS something.
Yes, of course, because and it security fails to use problem to financial loss. So there are cashless amounts and cash amounts in data theft. Then second is reputations in damages.
Okay. Prathamesh, now I have to talk about some very important topic in cloud architecture and cloud computing. So this is the shared responsibility models. So this is the most important part. I think I got to know that this is the most important part in cloud computing. So will you mind sharing some of your thoughts about this?
Yes, of course. This is a very important part in the cloud computing. So it is shared the responsibilities of models in different levels.
So cloud provides secure infrastructure, but the customer secures data and access.
Yes, sir, of course. Because, for example, the AWS security servers, for example, AWS means Amazon Web Services. In you must the security secure your passwords and data. For example, our Google Drive are secure because our data is safely in drives.
So most breaches happens because some people misunderstood this, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So Prathamesh, let's talk about some major security challenges in cloud computing.
Yes.
So as I have mentioned in previously that something happens because the data breaches. So would you mind explaining what is data breach?
Yes, because it is unauthorized access to sensitive data.
Example, a company accidentally makes some data public or something like that.
Exactly, because in data loss and leakages, because data loss means the data is gone, and the data leakage means data is exploded.
So the main causes of data leak is something like it must some contains like human error, malware, or miscommunication or something. So let's talk about IAM risk. So identity and access management is critical.
Yes, because weak passwords and too many permissions can lead to attacks.
So okay, I got the idea of identity and access management risk. So now talk about the misconfiguration. So this is actually the number one cause of cloud breaches.
Yes, for example, the living storage, public or default passwords.
So now talk about insecure APIs. So APIs connect the cloud servers.
If not secured, so attackers can exploit them.
Okay. So now talk about the incident threats.
Yes.
So employees can also be a threat to cloud users.
Yes, because either intentionally or accidentally.
So the cloud servers can contain some informations like personal informations of the user. So that might be actually harmful if they got leaked by some issues or something like that. It may be intentional or it may be some fault or etc. etc.
Yes, of course.
So account hijacking can also occur in the cloud computing. So this happens when attackers steal the login credentials.
Because mostly through the phishing or weak passwords to attack the cyber attacks or etc.
Okay. So data breaches can occur due to malware issues also. So malware damage. Would you explain some malware damage systems?
Yes, sir, because ransomware logs your data and ask for the monies. For example, phishing.
Okay, sir. So DOS and DDoS attacks. So these attacks overload servers.
Yes, sir, because its results in service goes down or decreases.
Okay. So now we are talking about the risk. So why don't we talk about multi-tenancy risks?
Yes.
So multiple users share the same infrastructures.
Yes, because if isolation fails, then data can leak.
And so for talking about the risks, so compliance issue maybe there occurs. So companies must follow some laws.
Yes, because different countries have the different rules and different rules and regulations, which makes it complex.
So now we are talking about different countries. So that India has the IT Act 2009.
Yes.
So India has to follow that IT Act throughout using the IT resources. So cloud must have to follow those rules also.
Yes, of course.
So monitoring and visibility issues. So as it is hard to monitor everything in the cloud.
Yes, there are too many alerts. Can be confuse the security teams.
Okay, thank you. So Prathamesh, now we have talked about the risks in cloud computing. So it is a very important question that how do we stay safe from the attacks and the risk in cloud computing?
Yes, here are some best practices. So use the encryptions for the cloud securities for enable to multi-factor authentication. So, for example, we apply some one application. So we are login first. Then there are to reach the passwords. There are some issues in follow the list to privilege principles. Then monitoring the system to continuously apply for regular backups. For example, in there are some platforms in cloud, so we need to the backups in a regular backup to employ the different training data in the cloud securities.
Okay, so basically you are telling me that we should use some cloud security platforms for keeping our data safe and avoiding the misbehavior or avoiding the tragic incidents that might steal our data.
Yes, sir, of course.
Prathamesh, now we have talked about everything in cloud architecture, cloud security, cloud security.
Yes.
So the next part is, what does the future looks like in cloud security, in the cloud computing? So
Yes.
would you mind giving a glimpse of that?
Yes, yes, of course. In our future trends, so there are some examples, AWS, Amazon, and there etc. So in our future some trends, so zero trust securities in cloud. There are some AI-based threat detections in confidential computing, in cloud computing. There are some different cloud. There are securities high chances to security your data in the cloud, and there are quantum safe encryption to encrypt the data in a different sector to the locate the different cloud system to architect the various data in the different platforms.
So as I can see that threats are evolving more faster than more faster.
Yes.
I would not say that it is evolving more faster than the security, as we know that security is also increasing, also evolving very fast as compared to the threats.
Yes.
So Prathamesh, what happens if a user loses the data? So what challenges do the user faces when their data was leaked?
Yes, yes, of course. There are different problems. So first is a loss of privacy. In loss of privacy, there is sensitive to personal information. For example, photos, image, documents, and password, etc. To become accessible to unauthorized to people. This can feel like a complete invasion of personal space. So second one is the financial law. In financial law, there are some cyber attacks in your bank account, then debit cards, credit cards, then like Aadhaar, PAN or login details. Then account takeover. In account takeovers, hackers can be given access to email directly and to social media or cloud accounts and lock the user out. Then another one is data manipulation or deletion. In this system, there are leaked the access and can allow attackers to modify or delete the important files. For example, projects or documents. So, for example, etc. In another one is reputation of damages. In this system, there are private conversations. The images or sensitive data can be leaked publicly, which may harm to persons, reputations, relationships or careers. Then loss of trust. In loss of trust, there are users may lose trust in the cloud services provided, making the hesitant to use the cloud platforms again. So emotional stress, then increase the risk of future attacks when data is exploded. Then the attackers may reuse if for phishing scams or further hacking attempts.
Yes, sir. I do believe that those are some very dangerous to a user.
Yes.
That might, if a user loses the trust in cloud security, though that might not be, that user might not come to cloud computing, using cloud computing and computer resources again. So
Yes.
this is very important for the cloud system to protect their data at any cost.
Yes, yes, of course.
Ramesh, all thanks to you that we have learned so much from you that cloud computing is very powerful, but it also comes with some risks.
Yes, yes. And security it is just the provider's job. So it shares the responsibility of the cloud for all.
So that we got to know that by yours that the best practices can reduces the risk significantly.
Yes, yes, of course. So my opinion is to stay aware or stay secure.
So very well, I'm very thankful to you that you security in cloud computing. So thank you for thank you for being the guest in our podcast.
Thank you.